everybody, welcome back to the xCloud2275 stream. Hope you're all doing well this fine day. I'm doing good, ready and raring to bring you another rousing episode of Final Fantasy XVI for my gaming pleasure and your viewing pleasure. So, first things first, let's just have a chat with Lubar.
You wish to talk?
About Lubar.
You and I
have more in common than you might think. Not only are we both masters of the blade and devilishly handsome to boot, but we are both second people to bear our respective names.
What?
What? You didn't think Rizel Damili was my own invention, did you? It was the name of my master. I inherited it from her along with her title and her smithy. Ensuring her name lived on was the least I could do after all she did for me. She plucked me from the streets and put my less than nimble fingers to work making blades instead of making trouble.
Alas.
She was to leave my life as suddenly as unexpected as she entered it. I swore to follow in her footsteps so that I might change others' lives as she had mine. This is why I keep her forge alive and why I play the desert her. Why I care for the orphans of Damili. Indeed, I thought my obligations to Renz and Drika to be my most pressing concern until the famous Cid made a famous reappearance, rather than muddy the waters.
Still?
I suppose there's enough for me to go around, but if you forgive... but do forgive me if Desert Hair isn't always at your beck and call, won't you? Cool. I just need to clean my glasses a bit, guys. They're a bit greasy. The spray for my glasses. It's too dark in here.
Not even over there.
Okay, cool. And excuse the music, people. No copyright infringement intended. Alright. Ask about the Damilin.
Ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy.
A veritable oasis with clear running water and other words I can't read just yet. And a natural hot springs. I don't doubt that the people have been gathered here since long before the founding of the Republic. Since it was founded, they've been gathering in greater and greater numbers to serve the needs of the miners who work Drake's Fang and the soldiers who guard it. And serve them they did, lining their coffers far from prying eyes and grasping fingers of the Republic exercisemen. Not that edicts from the Raldar carry much weight in these parts. Damili has been something of a law unto itself. Here those with the most money, or the most friends, make the rules. Needs another spray round.
At least they did.
Until Kupta built that castle. Of his at the heart of the Mother Crystal. Dami has been the Titan's fiefdom since then. While his men may be liberal with their coin, they are anything but I can't actually read that word. I think it's exercising. But that makes... Alright. They are anything but in the exercising of their authority, which I am sure I don't need to tell you is absolute. So why don't you see these people's best interest at the heart? It took upon themselves to organize their own protection, my predecessor chief among them. About the crystal trade.
How very fitting.
That the noble soldiers of Demacia and well-laid partner in arms on so many battlefields should also become partners in crime. Still, the merchants of Damiel will be relieved to see it brought them to justice. Many have been driven to almost ruin for want of a crystal. I'm sure they would all be rushing to thank you for the service you've done them, if, of course, they had any idea what you had done.
Of course.
As long as we remain reliant on the power of the crystals, we leave ourselves open to such exploitation. But people are such greedy, needy creatures.
No other way.
Clive, you must bring down each and every mother crystal in the twins to put an end to the people's thoughtless dependence on them. Do try not to disappoint me.
Don't be a stranger.
I've never even forged a butter knife before.
Sava, the apprentice smith.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I mean, I could give you a hand.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
I mean, let's hope your face renders in first.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it. That feel good, boy?
Is it true what I'm hearing? That the men of the rock were carting
My
off our crystals for
carpets
themselves?
have pride of place in Castle Dasbog. You too can live like a lord.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be transported. Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a
Flasher.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Once you go flat. Okay.
made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter...
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us a little longer.
Everything I've worked for, ruined. All those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
You all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you, go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulphur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
All right. None of that's north or the way I wanted to go.
Sweet incense! Ha! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Just look at the detail! Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
It would make a fine gift for your beloved. She'll look at you in quite a different light.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
I'll be asking for you again.
Won't you come and play, handsome? Then see that you stay a little longer next time.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're
For a measly bunch of dissolved greens.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of cookers' troughs when they want to lord it over us.
I need a drink. You're going to drink my pockets dry, then just up and leave?
Why, yes. My thirst is slaked, and I see no other reason to abide your company.
Yeah, I need to find another town person, but I wouldn't know where to look. Oh, it's not giving me a little guy with the head.
Yes, there's quite. Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any cut.
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters.
Just look at the detail!
I mean, there's not much else anywhere else I can go, really.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky. Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
I see you wear the Desert Rose. You won Lubor's trust, then.
A word of advice, traveller. You see pots like this around town, you leave them alone. Unlike where you come from, fresh water's in short supply around these parts. We store what little rainwater we get in these pots for, well, not a rainy day, but you know what I mean.
It would make a fine gift.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
So we've spoken to the flesher, but who else have we spoken to? Let's speak to.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Ah, there we are.
We can make our way back to the Fang now at least.
Hunter.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Wax candle, silver platters, just like...
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll beat us.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Search the Valcroy desert for the metal trader. Ah. I wanted to go into the desert, and finally someone's taken me there.
Come on.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. Be safe. This one. Have at you. Run like the wind.
No holding back. Straight home now.
I get your training.
That was only 7? God damn.
That's better. Come on.
Yeah! Caution, my boy. You're finished.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Ah.
Easy does it. Back to the stables, girl.
In the northern Valkyrie desert.
Forget your training.
Nice try.
All yours, Torgal.
Chronolith detected. Okay.
Come on.
So I found a chronolith. None of this here was the hidden enemy I was meaning to fight. Yeah, we totally risk it. I should be able to come off that mountaintop though. Or cliff edge, whatever you want to call it. Alright, ride! Alright, we're gonna go to that bandit's bed. See what's... if it's up there at all. And if it's not in this area, then it's gonna be in the south side. Alright. What can we upgrade? I don't want to upgrade my punches. My rooks thing. Upgrade the Scarlet Segment. Let's do the base stuff first. By base this stuff I probably should have upgraded a time ago, but I was too busy getting all my other goodies.
It's over.
Ready, go? Run like the wind. deserve a rest.
You think I'm trapped in here with you? You're trapped in here with me! Alright, we've already had 3. 4. Go. There it is. Fastito Callan. Oh. Hello.
Well, Clive. It looks like you're gonna need to leave bigger sword.
Oh! Took that all to the face. Oh.
Nice try. Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. finished.
Woohoo! Notorious Mark slain. Scarletite, yes.
It should have stayed in its shell.
I know if I looked hard enough I would find you. Didn't expect you to be a turtle though. Never gonna hear the end of it.
Come on. Faster.
You play a bit of Elden Ring, you kill a couple of the turtles, and now you're the worst guy who's ever lived in existence.
Be safe. Straight home now.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
Friends of friends, I'd wager. So, Lord Cook has finally made his move?
Yes. I expect that's why there's so many soldiers in town, to deal with any Imperial reprisals.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Alright. Now we finally go south. Oh, wrong thing.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
How are we doing? Yeah, that'll be fine. First minor stuff anyway. We'll re-top up before we go to do the story mission. Oh. Well, hello, Death.
That'll do, girl.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric!
Yes, they're quite sought after.
Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Just look at the
Hanging lanterns, keep
the darkness from your
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
So long as we stay out of the Deadlands, we'll be all right.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
I think I found our hot springs issue.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
Alright, let's go sort out those bombs.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now, we can press on. Don't tell me you put down roots.
What the hell are those things?
A little further in around.
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. You'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
Luckily, I have no idea what's good for me.
By the flames. That explains the heat. frying pan.
Woohoo!
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
I saw with my own two eyes what you did to those devils down there.
Let's go.
I still hardly believe it.
Run like the wind.
Before we go, let's just have a look to see if there's any of those chests about in these baths. Any other goodies in the baths that I should be worried about? I'm not worried, but interested in. Oh, got potion, got potion. Can't go any further down. Yeah. Everything's got.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now, we can press on.
No need to ride from here.
We should...
What do you want? Directions? Either take this road to the Fang, or piss off back the way you came.
Well, we can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
There he is. The man who saved my business.
The, scrubbing is almost finished. We appreciate your patience.
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Cool. Reduce ignition cooldown.
Plates and
Fresh bread,
Like meat and
warm
dark,
from the oven.
fresh from the grill.
It would make
My
a
carpets
fine-
have pride of place.
I hear you and the Master are working together now. Glad to have you on board.
In exchange for one greatsword forged to specifications surrender, Red Rooster Trading will pay the sum of 1,000 gil, no less than 8 hands in length, weighted pommel, briary clam inlay, serrated edge suited to cutting bone. Okay.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
Spring lime, a bristle whitestone that grows in the restorative hot springs near Demil. When dried and milled into fine powder, it can be added to molten iron to purge the metal of impurities.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Sometime later.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Woohoo! Quest complete. Carving out a niche. That's a decent amount. Goblin coin.
Thank you, Clive. I honestly don't think I could have done it without all your help.
Speaking of things that can't be done without help, quick trip back to the hideaway. Drop. Oh, I have a new missive. Any new items from the peoples? Ah, you've got new.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Things for me, but we're all clear, aren't we? Yeah, look pretty clear. Alright.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Okay.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Drake's Fang is one of the most heavily guarded places in the Republic. You'll need your wits about you.
Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you. I have the details here.
Ah, it's Lubor. At your service. Godspeed to you, Clive. I shouldn't tease him, but it's so easy. He was a good man, an old friend of Sid's. He may be young, but he's capable. Incorrigible. Evacuated to Drake's Fang.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Cool. Let's go to my smither.
Who's this blue blood? One of Sid's associates?
Family, more likely. I heard tell he's highborn.
Boy soldiers with
Tone says he's looking for books about Torgal. I know.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
What subject shall we consider today?
Labor. Basic information: an old ally of Sid's who fell out of contact with the Resistance after his death. The Desert Hare spoke with Sid and Sid alone, leaving the other members of the hideaway with very few clues as to their true identity, only the pseudonym Ruza and the memory of Sid and Daphne. The Forge Master of the Briary's Kiss and a finest smithy in Dalmill. Labor is also the Desert Hare and Adite of Sid. Alright. And Doris. Born and branded in Rosario, Doris now captains the Cursebreakers, directing their bearer liberating operations in concert with Cole, her second in command. While she's fearlessly committed to the cause, she adores violence and will only bloody her blade if the circumstances demand it. Frida, Labor's accomplice who directs his espionage efforts in the Desert Hare loyal missions. From its home in Dalmill, born poor and turning to banditry at a young age, Frida was saved from his life of crime by the original Razula Dalmill, who gave him a new purpose, serving her somewhat less felonious endeavours. After Razu passed away, he continued to serve Labor in the same capacity. Cool. The Briar's Kiss. Its name is known for the Republic, for the quality of its steel and skill. The Forge Master of the Briar's Kiss is a man with many titles. Forge Master, Non-Parallel, Desert Hare, and a dear friend, and I of the late Pseudolphus. Velcroy Desert is a vast and wilderness located in the Dalmatian Republic. The furthest west one travels, the deeper and more foreboding the sand grows, and the more to the south, water can be less easily be found, albeit piping hot. A quality which has risen to the Dalmill Inn, a hot spring surrounding it. Despite the foreboding environment, trade ensures the steady flow of traffic, north and south served by various inns along the way. Mysteries of the Realm. What is the mystery of the realm? Brand removal. It's a painstaking process in slicing away the bearer's brand so that no mark remains. Territory of the Hideaway Physics has mastered the procedure, although it still entails a good deal of pain and the risk of, indeed, the brand in writing in poison ink. That any attempt to remove it should result in death. Given this, many choose to forego the process, even though their brand precludes them from ever leaving the hideaway. Scorpions! With pincers the size of boulders and hooked tail, as long as the chocobo is tall, mere the sight of scorpion is enough to strike fear into most of the hardened warriors. That said, the poison contained in their stingers is actually far weaker than those in their lesser cousins, and is primarily used to stun rather than kill. They favor deserts and other hotter climes, as such are found mostly in Dalmekia, as well as the fiery mountains of the Iron Kingdom.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Tone says he's looking for books about Torgal. I know. Let's write one.
Be careful crossing the Velcroy. It's dead easy to get lost in the desert. I should know.
Is it business or pleasure? You're rubbing me blind, you know. I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? Come again. Or don't.
Sid's going to
I'm not much
find
bothered
Cooper
either way.
and finish the job.
What do you need? What's Sanfordine, dear?
I already have a grindstone. Drake Slayer's bracelets. That's what I wanted to
Did
buy.
last you a good while. That it?
Yep.
Fine.
Let's have a read of that missive. A Desert Alliance. Sid II, I trust you will forgive me for putting you and your dear uncle to the test. I am confident that a man of your position can understand the importance of earning one's trust, especially in times like these. For what it's worth, when you have earned mine, now you have earned mine, and I can assure you that it's not that easily to be relinquished. May this be the start of a fruitful friendship. Cool. Alright. Brilliant. Well, that's going to be the end of the stream, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Do any likes, follows, comments, or subscribes that you may wish you want to do.
I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the rock were carting off our crystals for themselves.
Yeah. I'll catch you in the future.